because that was really an area of need. I understand.
Thanks. I don't see any further questions from my colleagues. Mr. Kringle, do you have an interest in rebutting at all the public?
I think we answered the questions, Commissioner adequately addressed the comments.
Thank you. So now I'd like to call for deliberation from my colleagues. Any comments? Mr. Park.
I think this is in my district and sort of shared with the fourth district, or is it within the fourth district and shared with my district? The utility pole is in the fourth district. The balance of it is in your district. Well, the pole is what everybody notices, so you better go first. With respect, we get that 50-foot utility pole in the county right-of-way on the north side of Parisma Road. The people of the fourth district find no problem with that.
Mr. Clark.
I spoke with Mr. Reed about this today. We're Brown Act buddies. At breakfast, just to see, did we notice any issues? They've all been resolved. I always take the opportunity to tease Verizon because you keep improving reception all through the North County and the San Ynez Valley, but it is so awful around my house. And why should I keep voting for you if you don't fix it? They know that that's said in jest. And I also, I get a kick out of these water towers. It does look good there, I think it does. It's just that who has a water tower that's 50 feet in the air? So I would never notice as I'm driving down the road an antenna looking like an antenna, but when it looks like a water tower, I'm like, man, that's all right. So I'll support it.
Of course you will.
Mr. Park and
Liberal.
Mr. Reed, Mr. Cooney, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to add some perspective. The Planning Commission's interaction, not only with Verizon, but other providers over the years, and can remember well standing up for surrounding neighborhoods who were impacted by either the appearance of an out-of-place insist on certain changes that would make everybody feel better. And in this case, I really yield to my fellow commissioners who know that area well. If the tower itself is one of those that falls on the ugly side, perhaps we should consider further improving or changing that one issue.
Thanks. Mr. Martinez, please.
Yes, good morning to all, and no, I appreciate the fact that the aesthetic of the, or at least the attempts of being aesthetic in regards to the water tower, that does make a difference to those who are living in the community, and my major reliance on this, on my decision is that from the looks of it and from the historical use of it, it seems to be not anything different than what it's been used for in the past. And I do recognize that in the biological resource assessment, it does say that the wetlands map that they were looking at, it may be out of date, and it does say that in there, but still I'm looking what's not out of date, which is the use of that corner and what it's been used for as a staging area for agricultural purposes, it doesn't seem to be interfering with the present use of that property. And that's what I'm going to be making my decision on. Thank you.
Thank you. I too concur that it's important for me to believe that the 3rd and 4th District Commissioners are in favor of this. And also I feel like a lot of work was done to ensure that the wetlands and the danger zone area are well documented and well researched. So I will be supporting this too. Mr. Park.
I'd like to add to Commissioner Cooney's comments that we are restricted by federal law in what we consider these, and we're generally considering aesthetic issues. And as a practical matter, the recipe we've followed in these kinds of approvals is, one, can we find a better site that meets the Fund Company's needs, but is a better site for the public? And there isn't here. And two, can we make recommendations on screening by vegetation or by artificial structure like this is screening with the water tower look? And again, nothing comes to mind in the way that we've done that in the past on other projects where we sometimes spend hours in the scrutiny. Here we are. So, because the tower is in the 1st District, and then the 4th District, I'll leave that to Commissioner Reed to make the motion, but I'll second it. Oh. So I looks like the printed. Oh. So I looks like the printed page. Is that the recommended action?
He didn't even consider an application. No, he didn't.
Determine the project CEQA pursuant to section 304, and to approve the project case number 23CUB 26, subject to conditions approval and attachment B.
Mr. Park?
And I'll second the motion.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Mr. Beal.
Placing this at her horizon line is going to get you sued.
Commissioner Park?
Aye.
Commissioner Reed? Aye. Commissioner Martinez? Aye. Chair Ford?
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you very much.
I think we'll wait for staff for the next item.
I know you may not care about that, but we researched everything. And you claimed that you were saving it from being close to homes. And that's the reason why you didn't choose another location. But then you're putting it within 200 feet of the front door to a home that's been established there since the 1940s that people live in. Yeah. The Campbell family, did they weigh in on this? The people who own the property?
Yes.
And what was their opinion of the location? And why wasn't another location on the 44 acres considered?
This was the best location on the property because it was already being used for storage. Any other portion of the property, we'd be taking away agricultural use. And I believe areas to the south, it was a catchwater basin area, which would have been a structural issue.
You're building it in what used to be a pond. We used to ride our horses in that pond. I know that area like the back of my hand. So the wetland that I was discussing is exactly where you want to put it. And it's still a wetland area because the water comes through from the property we're discussing that's being impacted.
There will be a structural report during our building process that shows how we'll be structurally safe.
Why isn't an environmental impact review required?
We provided a biological report. We are exempt from CEQA. We're doing everything.
You're exempt from CEQA.
Yes.
That's very interesting how you're
final
exempt
determination.
from. I know this was set up quite the way. And if your corporation continues to put this right, you'd have to go to her house and see what you're doing to the view of her front porch. Like, it's literally going to be right in front of her house.
We've checked where that lawn is on the porch lineup. I mean, it's not directly in front of her.
It is when she looks at the sunset.
This tower is going to be shorter than the trees that are sitting behind it.
I'm not talking about the trees. I'm talking about the tower itself, because it's going to be 50 feet high.
The tower is shorter than the tree in the backdrop.
You guys didn't even consider another location. And we know for a fact, because there's better locations for coverage. We researched how this technology works, and there's better locations for coverage on her property itself, and nobody ever approached her about it at all. So
That side of the property is zoned residential. It would have been a lot more limited on what we could build there.
okay, so the fact that her property is residential and it's being affected doesn't matter.
According to the ordinances of the county code, I mean, that's all we can work with.
Because and how many different antennas are planning to be in this structure? I heard that it's 19. Is that true?
It's 9.
It's 9. Okay. 9 different antennas.
Yes.
Less than 200 feet from her home, staring straight at her home. Yeah. 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 Yeah, when you destroy people's lives because you have to put your stuff in a place where it's not wanted. I mean, how would you feel if it was your house?
I mean, honestly, I'd be fine with it. I've worked in this industry for 12 years. I can tell you that these sites are safe. I mean, we provide reports.
Well, I mean, it isn't just about the safety issue. It's about how it's impacting the wetland and how it's impacting her ability to see the sunset from her porch.
The site
Like,
is not going to impact. It's not going to
it is directly in. Have you been to? You haven't been to her property.
I have been to the area, and I know
Yeah, but
where her property is at, and I've seen it. I have not physically gone onto her.
You really should. You really should, because you know this is going to be an issue and pushed to the board of supervisors. Sure, I mean, she doesn't want to lose the benefit of her home.
I understand that. Like, I understand your concerns with the stuff. We have done our best to select the best location, to be considerate of the other properties around there, and work within the county's code to permit. We're not permitting anything that's illegal by the county.
Yes, but when you say that you've been considerate of the homes around there, you haven't, because you discounted a location being considered because you said it was too close to one of the other homes, but yet you're placing it closer to her home,
That facility would have been closer.
to someone else's home.
Yes, that
Yeah.
site would have been closer. We didn't have a property owner that was interested, and ultimately it was zoned residential as well. That facility had a variety of issues with it.
You know, really, just so Verizon knows that if you placed it farther away from her home, so it wouldn't be like right smack in the front of her home, that she has to look at it every single day, she would not be opposing it the way that she's going to be opposing it completely. And it will be, you know, causing intentional infliction of emotional distress on her if you place it where you want to place it in her horizon line, because she's also related to people who had a house determined not be able to be built because it was being placed in a horizon line of somebody else's property. So here we are, you know, dealing with the same issue again. So even though it's aesthetic, you know, that's what's being considered. If it was being placed in another area, it probably wouldn't be the subject of a lawsuit.
Understood.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, we did some work today. Now I gotta see if I can get back to Lompoc Valley and see if I can make it to Sue Huseman's memorial, which I really wanted to attend because she was such a great friend. And I even missed saying goodbye to her. So, anyway, that's all for now. Let me check the. Yeah, it's yeah, I have. No, this is a county planning meeting, and I was there on behalf of the landowner. Yeah. Yeah, I love you too. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining, and have a great day.